Thank you for joining us at Asset Engineering's YouTube channel. Today we're going to be organizing my massive pile of dice that I have been cycling through uh, after basically every session. I cycle through the next session, give them each a chance to play. I don't really have any set aside dice that are like, oh, you're bad, or I do have really good dice, but um, I cycle through all of them, give them each some love and some attention, and I feel like it helps them roll better, but we'll get to that later. But we're gonna dive into this. I'm gonna share some names, share some stories potentially behind some of these. Some of these are a little bit weird, so we'll get into that and why they're weird, what I like, dislike about these guys, and yeah, just go about some stories about them. So I guess we can dive right in. So the first one I kind of want to do is the sharp edges and the metal sets. I guess we can start with the metal sets first, since I got it in my hand right here. So this is Ancient Black Dragon Hoard. A little bit of a mouthful, but beautiful set. It's a hollow metal set that I bought for myself after getting my first job. Yeah, and it's just a beautiful set. You can see like the very various dragons inside of it, and the gold numbering being the Hoard. So I'll get the whole set together for you. Just got a couple of these. Switch around a little bit. Trying to be careful with it as I'm going. But the metal sets are prone to scratching things, so that's why I'm going for them first. So as you're searching for a few minutes, or not really a minute, but anyway, this is the whole set together. It's beautiful, very shiny metal set, very light in the hand since it is hollow. Very readable. It's rolled pretty well. I do keep averages of the rolls when I get them, just so I can see, should I trust this die with my life, or should I not trust this die with my life? And of course, they have different performances in game as well. But just to get an overview, I kind of like to do a roll beforehand, just to double check, and we'll get this away. I have a metal set container for them to go into. Be our first set of the video. I like to put them on the highest facing value, so that they, I don't know, I guess get used to being that position of rolling well. At least that's how it's been described to me before by other people who do keep their dice like this. Try to keep it, and that's how I package the sets you see at the shop. Usually on the highest facing values. With the percentile die, I usually do the 90 face, simply because I do a lot of rolls myself where I'm using like, oh, what are the chances that this happens to this person or happens in this situation? So usually rolling high is good for my players and for me in the situation. But I know there are divine interventions where you want to roll low with the double zeros. Rolling on to the sharp edge dice, we have our D8 immediately at the top, which is cool. This is my first first sharp edge set that I have ever owned before I even got into making dice sets. Where it has nice like mylar flake inside that makes it really reflective. You can see like a bunch of different colors coming off of it, and some gold foil there at the top on the 8. And then it has like a smoky kind of look to it on the 1 value. That's like a matte kind of smoke color. Very nice. These really stood out to me for some reason. I mean, not for some reason. I mean, they're beautiful. But they were a nice price too, so that's also why I got them. Gotta pace yourself with dice addiction, but all good. Being a dice goblin's its own chore. but very beautiful rewards. I'm gonna find the whole set and show it off to you. So this is with it all together. I really love not that inking, I mean it's standard like silver inking, but I really love the font of these. It, for some reason, just really stands out to me. I could be basic, but it's just really nice. It's nothing like I have either, and it's very beautiful. I forgot to tell you its name. This is Quixotic Ideal. It gave me a very dreamscape kind of vibe. So I wanted to do something like that, but I also have a lot of stuff named that was already named Dream something or along those lines, like dream themed dice. And it was, I don't know, it seemed like a lot for the time, so I was just like, I need something different than dream. So I went with Quixotic, which means like not realistic, is basically like the basic definition of it. I'm not quoting it or anything, but I remember it's like saying something along the lines of like not being realistic about things. So this seemed like a good alternative. It was unique. My first set of sharp edge dice, I was like, this should get a unique name. And it did. I don't know if some of you like to watch them getting put in, so I'm gonna do that now. Getting on the highest spaces. A little less picky about the other dies other than the D20. The D20 is like, you need to put it on the highest space. The other ones, it's like, yeah, it'd be good if you did that, but it's not a requirement, though it does look very nice cohesively if you did that way. And there we have it. Our full set of sharp edge dice. Quixotic Ideal. Since we're going on first with the first metal set and first sharp edge set, I already actually separated this. I know, it's so terrible. But these are also very expensive. I got these as a gift from my parents, and my first quote-unquote gemstone dice. They are paired out glass, so it's technically a glass set. But very, very nice. It's see-through. Let's see if I can get a better shot of this. But it's see-through. It has like these very nice like leaf designs on this. Kind of like just wrap around the number. I know some of them also have like, let me see, I think it's a D20. D20 has like moons at the top of it. And I don't have a lot of green sets, but this is definitely my favorite out of all of it. They roll really well too. I think these have like a 4.1 rolling average. When I first tested them, I was just like, it's a solid piece, so it can't be weighted. But it was rolling these roll really well, and in game as well, they roll really well. So I'm just like, it must be the love. I don't know, it's very nice. And then I got this very nice packaging. I've never seen packaging like this on dice before, where it's individually like compartmentalized, which is very nice and lets me know that this belongs to these sets. So we have 3 sets done already. I guess we can move on to the other sharp edge dice. The other sharp edge dice I created myself. These are like prototypes, beginning sets that I used to try things on. So immediately, this is the top. This is Wild Magic Surge. Oh, I never said the name. These are Druid's Grove because of the nice leafing, and it was very beautiful, so it reminded me of a Druid's Grove. This is Wild Magic Surge. It has a lot of different colorings on it. You can see pink, purple, gold. It's got some blue thrown in there. I think a little bit of green, but it might have been like colored out. And then it also has like some black markings all over it. You can see like almost like veins a little bit towards the bottom. right here as well. And you can see why they're prototypes. This is my first attempt at a shell set. Look how uneven that set is. I mean, it is not even whatsoever. It's really close on the right side, as in this video. Far away from the top and sides. It's really bad. But again, it was my first attempt, so you can't get me too bad on it. I did improve my way of doing it, so it's no longer looks like this. Black was also a terrible choice for this. It's hard to read. And you can see like a little bit, you can see at the little top of this. See there's like, let me see if I can give it a better viewing point of this. Where is this? How can I do this? I don't know if you can see it. But anyway, the top of this has like not all the way cooked resin. It's like a little bit like squiggly inside. But it's, yeah, it's you can see it a little bit there at the top compared to the bottom. Because I ran out of resin in the middle of cooking these. And, you know, they're not for sale because it's not a quality product I want to put out in the market. And I was so excited to have these because it's the first time I'm making a shell set that I didn't sand it at all. So it has like edges to it that like catch your finger. So it's, yeah, but it looks pretty. It rolls nice. So be a little careful. Some might get around to sanding it. Maybe not. But it was my first attempt at a shell set that I was really proud of. I came in running to my mom. I was just like, Mom, I did it. I did this set. It's so pretty. But it's a little off center, but it's okay. I did it. And yeah, it just bloomed from there. I got a lot better, got new inserts that actually fit. And yeah, and it got little like veins coming in there, like the I thought it of as like veins of power that are showing through, or like corruption or something. This is actually a precursor to the corrupted Fae that's available on my website as of right now. But yeah, it's a precursor, and I think the corrupted Fae set has silver numbering instead of black because I learned my lesson, as you do as a dice maker. And we'll collect all this set and show it off to you. And here's the completed set in front of you. Yeah, I really love the D4 of this, even though it is kind of wonky. You can see a little bit of the swirliness at the top right there on the left of the one compared to the right. Yeah. But it has really nice like swirls at the top and veins, and you got a little bit. I really like how the top of this D4 turned out coming down. Again, black was a terrible choice. This is a very hard to read set, but a good first attempt at learning how to do this. So to explain, I just pulled something off to the side. I have a storage unit for this, kind of like a little stand thing that displays it. And you have these that hold the dice in place, and then you have a little compartment for the D20 so you can tell what set you're pulling out. I got this as a gift, so I'm not exactly sure who made it, but I'm pretty sure it's like laser cut out. I had to assemble it myself. I think they got it as a Kickstarter, but cool display, and they're gonna go in here. So let's get this. So it just goes in here for the compartment. Try to get it at a good number at the top. Not too picky about this. I know they're not going to be perfect. Just as long as they're organized and taken care of. I'm happy, and they're happy. D4s. Yeah, I have this kind of style, like crystal kind of shard style D4s in my shop, and that's for all the sets that I sell. So once it's in there, just slides it over and clicks in place. With these like two little things where you can just click in. It does get a little jam sometimes, so you have to fiddle with it, but overall it's good. So next up is Monster Manual, since this is at the top. So I have a video separately for this. So I'm just going to do a quick rundown. This is a precursor to the worldly myths that I had on my website that one of my friends bought. This one's actually like Monster Manual creatures, or like D&D creatures in general. The other one is basically worldly myths, since a couple of the creatures that I have in this set are copyrighted. I can't sell them. So I had to think of something different. And mythological creatures from around the world have been passed down for thousands of years and have many different iterations of them. So they're basically free game. That's why you see so many things about them in the news, or I mean, like gaming and stories and stuff like that. Not necessarily news, but gaming news, I guess, or mythological news in general. And it goes by different things. So this is the gelatinous cube that you can kind of see, like the mace here kind of going on the side. I wanted to create like a 3D effect, so like you're seeing through it almost. So if you look at like this angle, it's almost like you're seeing through it, which I thought was a good idea at the time. It was difficult trying to figure out how this works and the angles to make it look not like you have a bunch of random stuff on your die. But I think I did a pretty good job for what I was going for, and I wasn't looking for it to be perfect because it was a set for me. Again, using the old molds, so uncentered, but still good density ratio considering they're made of the same materials. So not too concerned about the weight in general. And we can get the rest of the setup here and go through them. So what we have here is a beholder. You can see its eye behind its back, kind of peeking out through there. But yeah, I have a beholder, eyes on the front, mouth grinning, and the eye stalks all around its head in different colors of the different effects that the eyes do. I think like yellow's paralyze, black is like the death ray, green is like the poison ray, and so on and so forth. We have a mimic, where you have the teeth coming out and the purple changing on the numbers as it's revealing itself, and then the red for biting you, I guess. And the rest of the die is normal looking and very plain because it's trying to mimic a die. We've already seen this cube. We have the draconic shard here, kind of like an outline of a gem dragon soul in there, or a mental ability in there. A ancient red dragon. You see its mouth and teeth there. It's got two sets of horns that kind of curl upwards. Its little dragon wings connecting to the top and the bottom. And then the natural one is its butt. Booty booty. Its like tail like wraps around. It was really cool. I had a lot of fun trying to figure out how to paint this because I had to use like 3 or 4 different shades of red, and I only have like 2 or 3 in my collection of working paints. So it's interesting to try to keep consistent colors as I was trying to mix them as well. So yeah, it was a challenge. We've got a flump here. Little 2 eye stalks and its little tentacles at the bottom. I really love that shade of blue. And yeah, we have our purple worm. Don't go in its mouth, or it'll get bloody. And it like curves around the die all the way to the bottom. And yeah, this is my hand painted set that I made myself, and I dreamed up and created. I didn't see anyone online doing the same kind of stuff, and I was like, I want to be different. And so I made this. I had some input from my players, like, what would be a good creature for this? And they gave me some ideas, and really thank them for that. All right, we have one more set that we need to look for in terms of sharp edge sets. This is part of the Cheshire Cat set that I made for myself not too long ago, because it was like 6 months since I got a new set of dice, and I was just like, I need something. I have the technology. And then, so this is a clear with turquoise, with glow in the dark powder. And this does glow in the dark. You can see that gray there. That's the part that glows in the dark. You can see how it's like a little bit cloudier than the rest of them. And as you go down in dye value, they get more and more clear. As you can see with the D8 comparison to the D4. As if the Cheshire Cat is disappearing because the color glow is decreasing as well as the color itself. I'm wondering if you can see it with the light. So I just tried it. You can't see it with the light. They're not charged enough. Again, they've been in a box for a while now. So maybe later we'll be able to see some glow. But let's find the rest of the set and see how it looks together. So this is them all lined up. You can see there's a lot more coloring as you have up here, and it kind of just like tapers off as you go down. But I really enjoy this set. I love the Cheshire Cat, and I love the Tim Burton version of the Cheshire Cat. The Disney version's also good, and so is the original. But Tim Burton version has a place in my heart with how he's portrayed, and just find it very nice. But this is my set. Alright, what set do we want to do next? We've gotten all the sharp edge dice out. We got the metal dice out. Let's do some interesting ones. We got Druid's Grove, or Dragon's Grove, sorry. Dragon's Grove. The other one was this one is Druid's Grove. Dragon's Grove has a dragon on it. And it's very green. Got some nice font that's a bit different. You can see, not a big fan of the D8s because they are a bit smaller than like standard. But it's a cool numbering system. Got nice imagery on the side. It's a little bit hard to read, but so I don't recommend those for with vision problems or vision issues. But it is a very cool set to own if you're willing to put in the time to actually read it, and your anxiety doesn't like, oh my god, I can't read it right now. What is it? What is it? Is it a 7 or a 1? Because I've had a situation where I've had a 7 or a 1, and they do look kind of similar. So I'm just like, oh no. But yeah, it's a cool set overall. I'll get the rest of its buddies out. And here we go. Nice overall presentation. Nice gold numbering and ink. Yeah, very beautiful set. So next, I think we're going to move on to the Wormwood dice that I've gotten. This one's called Merlot. After the wine, you can see some like wine red like thrown into the purple, which makes it really, really nice and kind of like it breaks up the color enough to draw some uniqueness to it. So it's not like a full solid color. But it's a very beautiful deep purple set that I really enjoy playing with, and it rolls nicely. That's good. So this is it together. Pretty nice. It got a Wormwood brand on the other side. I'm not a big fan of branding, but since I think this is the only couple sets that I have this kind of branding, I'm like, oh, okay. And it's only on the D6, so it's pretty easy to figure out which side is which, but I usually like to see it just so I'm super clear and super positive that it's the number that it's portraying. So it doesn't have like a little symbol here that I have to figure out. Is it a 20 or is it actually a 1? Because some have it on either side, though it's usually on the 20. But yeah, beautiful set. And its siblings will be right out. This is its sibling Marble because of its gray color. And again, has the Wormwood logo at the bottom. Yeah, nothing much to say. It's Marble. Nice clean color. So this is my favorite of the Wormwood sets because it's named Undertow, and it's a beautiful blue color. It's very sparkly. It's got a little bit of sparkle in there, and it's got the nice gold. I love the contrast. It's like an aqua kind of bluish green that just really works well with the gold. Very beautiful set that I just adore. And it rolls pretty well too. Next up, we're going to find Shaylin's Choice, which is this very sparkly, kind of clearish, smoky. It's kind of set, very sparkly. This is also by Wormwood, or released by Wormwood. Does not have the same kind of symbols on the D6, but it was released as part of their Naughty Nice collection last year in 2021. I think it was 2021. They did 2021 or 2022. I think it was 2021 though. But they released it because they had a lot of ones that were duds, which they put in the naughty section where you didn't get to choose, you just got a random set. I believe they were cheaper. And then they had the nice collection, which is what this is part of. They actually had names associated with them. I get the names. I thought they were pretty fitting. So yeah, let's try to find the rest of the sparkly purple set. And here the sparkles are together. Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Very nice purple set. I need more purple in my life. Alright, so this next set, I'm sorry, but it is one of my favorites. It's also from the Naughty Nice collection from Warwood. Beautiful, like oranges and pinks and hot pinks. It is stunning, is what it is. I absolutely love this set. So, the sad thing, what makes this sad and unfortunate, is that my dog got a hold, my little puppy got a hold of the D4. And I was so pissed. I was very upset, both for her safety and for the fact that one of my favorite sets was damaged. And yeah, she learned a lesson that day. She did go after another die after that, but she has not gone after my main collection. I've been also very sure to not allow her to have access to my main collection. But somehow later on, one of my dies fell from my shelf and she got a hold of it. And we had a conversation with her afterwards once I learned of it. Because it happened when I was asleep, and my mom was like, "Hey, you're gonna be really upset, but she did this," and I was very upset, and I let her know that I was upset. But I'll show you the damage. It's still usable, but it's chewed on, and it's very clearly chewed on. So this is it, and it's all of its pretty glory. This is Princess Diaries, and this is the damaged D4. It's so sad. My poor baby. I haven't tried to sand it down at all, but I also haven't tried to use it. Actually, I've used it a couple times, but I feel so bad for it. It still looks good together, right? It's still sparkly. It's still pretty. It's the D20 still rolls well, so that's all I really care about. But still, it's sad to see a set that has been traumatized by my dog, and hopefully they'll still continue to roll for me well later on in the future. Hopefully they know it's not my fault, and we'll go to the next one. I think one that is pretty recognizable to me is Gilded Sapphire. I wanted to kind of like an underwater set. It's got like gold foils in it. Beautiful, beautiful set. Rolls really well for me. Yeah, and overall, just a very pretty set. There's a couple that were like this, but none more looked as good as quality as this one. I'm not sure who makes it. I get it off at Amazon for most of my dice. So there's a couple of different sellers that sell kind of like this style of dice with like the dark blue and then the clear and then the gold foil. So I'm not sure who exactly made it. But yeah, let's find the rest of its buddies. And there's Gilded Sapphire all together. Beautiful blue set. I like a lot of blue sets, especially the dark blues. There's a very nice contrast against it, and very nice complement with the gold on gold. So we haven't had a weird one particularly yet. Well, we've had weird ones, but we haven't had one as weird as this one. So these are high variance dice. These are also by Wormwood. They have the same rolling average as a D20, but they kind of duplicate numbers. So you see like two twos and you see a 20 there, and you see another natural 20 there. You see multiple ones in the set. So you have the same average rolling, but you have higher variance between it. So you have a higher chance of getting a natural 1, higher chance of getting a natural 20, but the same average in general. I have not used these in a game yet, but they're cool to have, I guess. They're different. They're definitely nothing I've had before. I got 3 of them. I got gold, bronze, and a silver one. And it came as part of my collection that I got from their Kickstarter, which Kickstarter was with the marble, Merlot, and Undertow colors. It's part of that Kickstarter, and these just came as like a bonus add-on. You can see here it's got the gold on this side, bronze, and then silver. Put them in the right places. They have a higher variance average. I don't use these in game, but cool to have. Placing them into my extra storage bin. I got like a little like divider stuff here. These are another set called Peacock Glowworm. Did not name them, but they came like that. They do glow in the dark. You can see like little bits in there. They're pink, they're purple and blue. They got like a little D20 there. I call those fireflies because they do just glow like fireflies. Don't use that set very much. They're very hard to read, being like dark purple on black. So they mostly, for the most part, sit in storage. Sorry, babies, but you're just too hard to read even on a good day. How about we get on to some themed dice? So here we have just a regular black and yellow, kind of weird font a little bit. But I call these Hufflepuff. And I have the whole team here. Got Hufflepuff, Gryffindor. I belong to the Gryffindor house. Ravenclaw with the blue. And not but last, sorry, Slytherin. I didn't get a green. I got pink. These are literally named Sorry, Slytherin, because I didn't get the green. But everything else matched so well with the black and yellow and the black and red and the black and blue that I was just left with this. And I was just like, well, sorry, Slytherin. Sorry, not sorry, being Gryffindor, but yeah. Starting off the next sets of matching stuff, we have Lemon. It's a plain, kind of sparkly yellow lighting, or lettering, numbering, words. Lime. Cotton candy. Strawberry. Nice pink. Blue raspberries is kind of hard to distinguish between cotton candy, but it's a little bit darker blue. And cherry, nice red. Now to get some of our oceany vibes, we got ocean waves. These are pretty cool because they have like little like almost like waves crashing inside themselves, especially with like the like smoky kind of tendril to them. Got these for a Christmas present, I think last year. And here's how they look together. We got volcanic fire here with like red and black, almost like mixed together. Very nice. Nice gold lettering on it. Try to use these when I have like fire stuff I'm doing as a DM. So like fire breaths, lava. Yeah, did recently have a lava episode where they were on Paradise Island with a quest to do. Another unusual one, we have like Elven Cold. This is Elven Kobold. Nice lettering on here. A couple weird dots here and there. Don't use this very often, but I don't know. they have very matte feel to them. So I don't know if it like the feeling of it makes it feel different. So I'm just like less likely to use it. But it's a pretty cool set overall. This is it together. Next up is a blood splatter set called Where's the Body? It's blood splatter. It has like an acrylic, like it feels like it's like textured because you can like run your finger over and your fingernail will like get stopped at the edges of this. So it is somewhat textured, which I really enjoy in terms of like quote unquote the realness of it. As it kind of just sets it apart of just like the kind of like basic ones you just see like almost like red polka dots. This seems like someone actually took a splatter to it. Especially you can see the D10 if you hold the light right. Has like a raised bumps almost, like someone actually splattered blood on these and created this set. So these are really cool. I definitely find them better than most stuff that's on the market right now. Because most of the stuff on the market seems like it's like part of the surface rather than splattered like this. Next, we're going to build Raishan. You watch Critical Role. Yes, that is that Raishan. Big green jade for them. So here's how it looks together with the green kind of like jade coloring. You can see like little like swirls almost on the surface. Sure, best way to show this. It's really nice here. Yeah, this is just a very nice jade set. I think this is like the first green set I got. Or not the first green one, but like the first like sought after green one. Because I don't usually buy greens. But it was a very nice set that I was just like, I can't resist this. Going back to the ocean vibes, we have Mermaid Cove with this. Is like a purple and blue. Kind of reminds me of Sully from Monsters Inc. for some reason. But it has like a nice blue to it. That reminds me of his fur pattern or his fur color, the blue there. Maybe if this was a little bit more spotted, it would look like him and I could name it Sully, but no, I just gave me mermaid vibes. So this is a Mermaid Cove. This is it together. Very nice, very basic. I got these for a Christmas present. Yeah. Staying on the tropical theme, I got Macaw is the name of these because they were just so colorful. It reminded me of Macaw. And they were also, I think buying this set was a donation, is a conservatory thing where if you bought the set of dice, a portion or all of it, I can't remember, I think like a portion of it would go towards conservation of macaws. So I was just like, these are both beautiful and going to a good cause. So I was really hyped to get these. These were also a Christmas gift. I think I picked it out and I was like, buy this for me. Because my parents aren't into D&D at all. So they were very much like, okay, just pick out what you want. We'll go from there. And I'm just like, sounds good. That's how I get most of my dice, and I just pick it out, and they're like, oh, okay, we'll see if that's in our budget. And I'm just like, okay, cool, sounds good. Let's see if I can find the last bit of this. There's a D4, and it's all of the macaw together. Very nice. Bringing it back to first, we have my first ever dice set. Very basic, but very classic. I think I just call it a classic black because it's a solid black, just has gold numbering on it. Got it my first night of D&D, first campaign night, and I was just like, I think I need a set of dice. Oh, I like the look of those dice. I like the look of those dice. Very quickly realized I was going to fall into the dice goblin category. because I was just like, those look nice. Those look nice. I don't know what to buy. Well, I don't have a lot of budget right now, so let's go with the cheapest ones. That's only my first set of dice. I'll get something later. Oh, that is the rest. Yeah, that is the whole set. It also came with this extra D20. This D20 rolls really well, and the black D20 rolls really bad. So I found it hilarious that this was like a yin and yang situation. Yeah, it's just, I think I trusted the dice to, I forgot what it was, but I would always roll this. I remember rolling this dice in my first campaign when I really needed something to happen, and I would always get like mid-grade stuff like 14s and like 13s and 11s and stuff that my modifiers could then boost up. So I really liked rolling with these dice. All right, next up is Candy Shop. So Candy Shop was mostly arising from the fact that it has all different colors for the like the set itself. So I figured it like a candy shop. It had like a little bit of every color available if I wanted it. So it has like that. It has this color for the D10. Let's see if I can find the like candy shop. There's like a whole bunch of rainbows. It reminds me of like pastel candies. So I was like, oh, that seems like a good fit for a name. And so I did it. So this goes like shades of green, shades of yellow, shades of blue, a little bit of pink. It came with an extra D20. I called this D20 out of the candy shop called Ditto because it was like a purple, like the Pokemon. So yeah, I think my only set that I have that's like multicolored like this, where it has like each color is different. I have a set like this in the shop, kind of. Well, not necessarily like this, but like each die value is a different color called Rainbow Mist. It's a shelled set that has like purple mist going over, I think, the D100, and like red mist over the D20, and just going down the rainbow of different colors. So yeah, if you like stuff like this, go check it out. In addition to that last set, I think Candy Shop accidentally like almost killed one of my players' characters before. I think they were like drowning or something, being pulled under by like a black dragon and a wormling at like low level, and they just lost like lost oxygen and blacked out underwater. And so I was like, oh my god, pick your die, because I rolled the death saves for when those happen, but they get to pick the die that they want to use they want me to use for it. And he picked Candy Shop, and I was like, well, that's a nat one. In my head, because I can't tell him out loud. And I was just like, yeah, do you want to pick another die? Because I really didn't want him to die at that point. I had like so much planned for the character. I was just like backtracking. I was like, oh yeah, the out PC, because I occasionally NPC the out players, and someone was out and they had a healing spell that they could have done on their turn. I was just like, oh yeah, they would totally do this. They're gonna do that as a retcon. And I was just like, yeah, let's do that. I ended up saving the character, and I think they're level 9 now. Just leveled up as of Saturday, but they're really excited about that. So this is another glow one. We have Frosted Glowworm. Very nice ice vibe. Kind of clear on one side, opaque on the other. Has little sparkles in there. And then Firefly that comes with it. You can really see the swirls up close in this one. Like piece of flecks in there. Those little flecks you see, like by the bottom of the 4, those are the glow flecks. So in the dark they'll glow. You see if they'll glow right now. Oh yeah, there you can see like the little flecks in there. Yeah. They're much more glowy in person, but being lighting as it is, camera doesn't necessarily like it when I turn off the lights. Alright, let's see what else we have. We have Psychic Surge with this pink. We are getting close to the bottom here, folks. It's getting a little bit easier to get all the dice situated. We have Psychic Surge. We have Kinder Surprise. I like it because it was like almost like milk and milk chocolate and white chocolate mixed together. Really reminded me of those Kinder eggs that you'd have like the dark or like the milk chocolate on the outside and then the white chocolate on the interior of the shell, or vice versa. But it really reminded me of this. I think I changed the name to Kinder Surprise because it was just such a fitting name, and it reminded me so much of Kinder Surprise in general. I had my first one when I was like, my sister came back from Paris. I had like a little toy in it from Winx Club, I think, or something. Next we have Envy's Touch with the green. Again, don't necessarily go for a lot of greens. I think this was part of a set that came with like Psychic Surge, greens, and Envy's Touch, and Warlock Whisper, which we'll get to next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's Envy's Touch. It has like green swirls in it. Here's Warlock Whispers. They gave me like purples and blues. Remind me of a warlock for some reason. I think a lot of warlocks use purple as their vibe. So it just made me think of them. The Warlock Whispers with the purple and blue. Next we have Dream Essence. Like I said, I have a lot of dream stuff. This was a set I got before I got Quixotic Ideal, so I was just like, I've done enough with dreams, so let's move on to something else that's somewhat related, but still not exactly related. But nice like purple, not purple, pink and blue set with nice gold numbering. Actually, we'll continue with a dream. So we have another dream one. Called Daydream. Purple and blue. And very nice swirls inside of it. I think this is another mass-produced one. I got it as part of a 5-pack. But still a nice set. Gave me some nice rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think I'm missing the D4, which is right here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I'm not. I'm missing one more. There you are. Trying to hide from me, D12. You can't do it. In your dreams. Ha 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 ha. And going back to realism is a set called Realism. Very plain blue set. It's basically the last set that I showed you with Daydream, except doesn't have any purple in it. Nice and blue. Yeah, it's fairly basic. That's all of them. That's why it's called Realism, because it doesn't really have any purple to give it that Daydream vibe. Next up we have Seaweed, which is this blue and green. Very much giving Seaweed vibes. Blue and green, blue and green, blue and green. So yeah, I've been collecting these since I was 19, I think. That's when I started D&Ds, when I was 19. But it's just kind of snowballed from there. Snowballed since then. Yeah, it's just become 50+ set. Still trying to collect more. Got some yesterday. Got a metal set, which I'll show you after we get all these together. Haven't had a chance to play with them yet, but did roll their averages and rolled pretty well averages. Pretty good averages. I think one of them was like 12.1 average, and the other metal was like 11 point something. So fairly good on my turf. We got Blueberry Caramel. This is this nice rich blue color mixed with the kind of like orangey brown. Yeah, Blueberry Caramel. I get a lot of food related names. I just think they help me remember them better. And it I mean, it fits with the blueberry and the caramel color. I mean, they're just begging to be named food. I don't know, maybe a different reality dice like food. I don't know, you never know. I'm missing a die. D6, I think. Anything in the corners? I'm missing a D6. Oh, there you are. I'm blind. So yeah, we got a blueberry caramel. Next up, we got another glow in the dark. We got nebula, nocturnal nebula. It glows in the dark. It's got these nice like swirl patterns in here, like purplish. It does glow in the dark. Oh, you can really see that D20. Oh God, it's a gorgeous purple smoke. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of compliments on these sets before. Well, on this set and others before. Yeah. I don't play with these very often. I don't play with most of my glow stuff very often. I don't know. I know I keep these in the running for play, but I know some of the other sets I have that are glow, I'm just like, I'll save them from another day, and I didn't end up playing with them. That's what happened with the peacock glowworm, because they're so hard to read. It became a chore to actually play with them because I just couldn't read them. Next we have Riverbed, because it has like this light blue and like this brownish color just like coming very nicely into it. Not too much to overpower it, but just kind of like it lays down the bed, hence the Riverbed. I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. Oh, God. Just, it contrasts so well onto each other. We're getting there, guys. It's almost over. Oh. We have Fuchsia Galaxy. It has these like pinkish kind of colors throughout, and it's very sparkly. I don't know why a lot of like pinks and purples are associated with galaxies. They just are, I guess. I don't know, but very nice set. It's like a matte pink almost. A sparkle blue. This looks kind of like a dirty pour. I mean, because it has that layering effect to it. So maybe this is a dirty pour acrylic. And if you don't know what a dirty pour is, it's kind of like dropping like ink or something like that into the mixture while you're pouring it, which does create those like layering effects because it kind of just has to like mix itself to a certain degree or just like lay on top of itself to a certain degree. And so it's just kind of at the whims of whatever's there. Like this would be kind of dirty pour-ish because it kind of has that like layering at the top there. I don't know how they do acrylic. I don't deal with acrylic. But that's I imagine it's kind of similar to resin, but I could be wrong. This is watermelon. This is the red and green. Kind of remind me very Christmassy. Hence the red and green, but I mean, look at that red contrast. It's just beautiful. And then last but not least, I think this is part of the Wormwood's nice one. This is Orion's Belt. They named it, but it has like that nice like cloud dust vibe. The browns and blues. Again, it's like matte color, the sparkle. It's a very nice set overall. Yeah, Orion's belt. So as you can see, we've reached the end of the dice box that had stacked up to maybe about right here. This is Blue Billy Bob. Blue Billy Blob, to be exact. It has just a big blue blob in the middle. That's why it's named that way. The Nat 1 on this side is colored and designed that way. Not the not the 20. This is why I also don't. This is partially why I don't like the symbol, because you never know. Well, you know, but you'd have to think a little bit, because there's no consistency between companies about it. Some do, some don't. This is a single D20. I think I got an extra as a part of my Christmas order. So yeah, that was the acrylics, most of the sets. I can show you what I got for a present yesterday. I did get like an official D&D set thing of metal, surprisingly from my sister. But I told her, I was just like, she asked me, "What are you gonna do with your first paycheck from your new job?" I was just like, "Buy dice." So she gave me dice for Christmas. I got this is like a plain alloy kind of metal. It's a little hard to get out. I don't have anything to kind of hold them in right now, like a container to hold them in. So I've been kind of see if we can get specific D20 out, even though I dropped everything else. Not a big fan of the small D8s. They're just like abnormally small compared to the D20s. This is an alloy-based metal. I think I named these alloy antique or antique aloe, because it kind of has like that kind of like old dungeony feel where they feel like they've sat for a while, and they have the symbol. I actually do like the symbol of this. It helps that it's from someone who's like, I don't really like this, but I'm glad you enjoy it, and it gives me something to just immediately buy for you for Christmas, without having to think too much. But she got that for me, and I'm really happy that she actually listened to me with what I enjoy, even though she's not into it. Yeah, I love these dice. I'm excited to play with these. This one has, I think it's the 12.1 one. I think that one's like I rolled it and it was like 7 point something, and then I tried another trial because they were rolling well for my first couple rolls that I did in front of her. So I tried it again. I think I got it up to like 11 point something for the average. So I'm gonna try to keep that one on a 20 side, just so they can be reminded, and I can remind myself of which one is the better roller in case I need it for an important roll that requires good rolling. And it came with this box that doubles as a dice tray, which is like super cool looking. It's got like the D&D sign right there, right here, and like D20s on the edges on opposite corners here. But like it doubles as a dice tray once you open it up, and it's a little hard to get open, but yeah. I hope you enjoyed watching this and enjoyed learning about different dice and my dice collection. And if you watched all the way through now, you get a little surprise at the end of it. You get a discount code for watching this video. You just have to place the discount code at your purchase at the checkout, and it'll apply to your order on my shop. And I hope you have a great day. Let me know if you want to see more like this, or you want me to go more in depth on certain things, or how I pick dice, or just anything in dice general, or making dice. If you had any questions about terminology I use, such as like dirty pouring, on my website, I also have like journal entries and like what techniques are, and explain like how they're done or what they mean. So yeah, if you have any questions like that, feel free to reach out. Feel free to look at my website, see what's there. If anything interests you, you can apply that code, um, and get some discounts. So have a great day, have a great week, have a great life, and join us next time. Stay warm, and thank you for joining us.